So I just received my credit card statement here. So we see here there are a lot of terms like
statement date, payment due date, account number, current balance, minimum payment, credit limit.
So today we're going to unpack what are the terms, jargons related to the credit card, how to apply for a credit card, and how to read a credit card statement. And before we continue, hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Before applying for a credit card, I think we need to ask ourselves, why do we need a credit card and what are the requirements? Firstly, what is our annual income? So according to Bank Negara Malaysia guidelines, for new credit card applicants, their minimum annual income has to be 24,000 per annum, or which works out to 2,000 ringgit per month. Secondly is our lifestyle. So throughout the day and the week, we spend a lot on groceries, on petrol. For some of us who travel a lot frequently, whether it's domestically or internationally, and also we buy a lot of things online. With credit card, we can manage our cash flow by using it wisely, collect points, and redeem additional benefits. So this is not a sponsored or affiliated video, but what you can do is go to Ringgit Plus here, go to the part where it says credit card, then you can see all the different credit cards that you can apply for. And then if you want to select the credit card that is according to your usage, for example, the sign up offers, annual fee, cashback, rewards, petrol, travel, Islamic, and so forth. So you see here on the right, the list here, there are so many banks that offer different types of credit cards. And based on Bank Negara Malaysia's list, there are 27 credit card issuers. They include banks, non-banks, and financial development institutions. So non-bank institutions are like Aeon. Then for banks, we have the local banks and foreign banks. The local banks are like Maybank, CIMB, Hong Leong Bank, Public Bank. Then the foreign banks are like Standard Chartered Bank, OCBC, and UOB. Then the financial institutions are like BSN and Bank Rakyat. So to apply for a credit card, you can apply on Ringgit Plus, where you can also take advantage of the promotional offers that they offer. Or you can also apply directly at the banks by walking into the bank or speaking to a bank officer. So when applying for a credit card, if you are an employed or salaried employee, the banks will need a copy of your NRIC, latest 1 month salary slip, latest EPF statement, or latest BE form with tax receipt from LHDN. Then if you are self-employed, they'll need a copy of your business registration, latest 6-month bank statement, and BE form with official tax receipt from LHDN also. Then if you are an expat, the bank will need letter of employment confirming duration of employment contract in Malaysia and visa work permit, and a copy of your passport. Generally, these are the documents that banks require when applying for credit card, but different banks may require different additional documents. And an additional tip here, for some banks, if you have a fixed deposit with the bank, you can use it to help secure your credit card application. For example, if you have 10,000 in fixed deposit, the bank will use the 10,000 as a collateral and also as a 1-for-1 on your credit limit. Nevertheless, check with the bank officer what is needed to help you in your credit card application. So now we're going to unpack and dive into the various credit card terms. Credit limit, which refers to the maximum amount of money that the bank allows you to spend on a credit card. The billing cycle, which is the time period between billing statements, and they are usually about 30 days. Statement balance, which is an overview of all the debit and credit in your credit card account that was made between the specific billing cycles. Payment due date, which is the due date to pay off your statement balance. Credit card interest rate, which is the interest rate that is charged by the credit card company for borrowing the money, and they are usually about 15 to 18% per annum. Annual fee, so as it explains, it's the fee that is charged annually for the credit card. So the annual fee is usually charged on application and on anniversary date. So the primary credit card has annual fee and the supplementary card also has annual fee. So it depends on the bank. Some credit card, the annual fee is free for life, or they have an annual charge. Nevertheless, some annual fees can be waived by fulfilling certain conditions. So some banks, the credit cards, you have to swipe a certain number of amount in a year or spend a certain amount in a year to have the credit card annual fee waived the following year or the following anniversary. Sales and service tax. So there's a 25 ringgit SST on each principal and supplementary card. So they are charged on activation date and anniversary date. So let's say this year 2023, this is your first year in your credit card, so you are charged 25 ringgit. Then the next year when you renew, you are charged another 25 ringgit service tax. And a fun fact here, according to the Age Malaysia article in July, as of July 2022, there were 9.92 million credit cards in circulation. That's 248 million in sales and service tax collected by the government. Minimum monthly payment. So it depends on the credit card. It's usually 25 ringgit or 50 ringgit or 5% of outstanding amount, whichever is higher. Late payment fees. So they are usually 10 ringgit or 1% of outstanding amount, and that is chargeable up to 100 ringgit maximum. Cash withdrawal fee. So each credit card issuer will set their own cash withdrawal fee, or it's a 5% of the withdrawn amount, whichever is higher. And there's also an interest rate on the cash withdrawal, and that is usually 18%. Okay, so now we're going to the good stuff in credit card cashbacks. So depending on the credit card company, different credit cards will have different cashbacks or no cashback. So if the credit card has a cashback, it can be a combination of categories: groceries, petrol, dining, individual categories, petrol, dining, groceries, and Grab, for example. So the cashback will be based on the category, the cashback rate, monthly cap spending. So we see here in this list, with this credit card, if you spend on selected petrol, e-wallet, and grocery plus dining together, there's a cashback rate of 0.5% and a monthly cap of 1250 ringgit, and the spend has to be up to 2,499 monthly. Then for example, if you spend on petrol, any petrol station in Malaysia, there's a cashback rate of 8%, monthly cap of 15 ringgit, and the spend has to be 2,000 ringgit or above monthly. On groceries, if you spend in Giant, Lotus, Aeon, Big, and Mydin, there's a cashback rate of 8%, 15 ringgit monthly cap, and the spend has to be from 2,000 ringgit or above monthly. Or if there's an retail spend, whether it's local or overseas, there's a cashback rate of 0.2% and the monthly cap is uncapped. And the cashback rate is on any amount monthly. Reward points. So different credit card companies will have different reward points and measuring systems. So the reward points can be 1 for 1 ringgit for 1 reward point, or 1 ringgit for 5 points, or 5 ringgit for 1 point. So it depends on the credit card, what points and benefits they offer, and each credit card have their own terms for the reward points. So for example, Maybank's reward points is known as Treats points, UOB reward point is known as Uni Ringgit, Standard Chartered reward point balance transfer. So this is a transfer of the outstanding balance from one credit card to another credit card. And people usually do this is to take advantage of the lower interest rate or zero interest rate in the new credit card that they do the balance transfer to. So depending on the credit card, when you transfer a certain amount from the old credit card to the new credit card, you can pay it off across a certain amount of months. And when you transfer the outstanding amount, you want to take note of the one-time upfront handling fee. So some banks will have no upfront handling fee. Some banks will charge a certain percentage of upfront handling fee. Easy payment plans, also known as EPP. So for example, you want to buy this 1,000 ringgit item, but you want to spread your payment across a few months. So you can put this payment under EPP. Before doing EPP, check with the participating store or merchant whether they have EPP, and depending on the card, the EPP can be up to 36 months. Some banks may offer lesser months like 24 months, 12 months or 6 months EPP. And when under EPP, usually there's 0% interest rate per annum and there's no upfront handling fee. Some banks may charge 0% interest rate, but they have a certain percentage of the upfront handling fee. Nevertheless, always check with your bank and credit card. So that's the gist of the credit card terms. So now we're going to look through this credit card statement and uncover what are the different terms in a credit card statement. So this sample credit card statement is by Maybank. In other credit card statements by other banks, the credit card terms should be about the same, just that the format and layout will be slightly different. So here in this credit card statement, on the top right here we have the statement date or tarik pernyata. And then next to it we have the payment due date or tarik akhir pembayaran. So for this credit card, the statement date is on the 21st of December. So let's say 21st December 2022. On every 21st of the month, you receive the credit card statement from the bank. Then the payment due date. So here is 10th of January. So for example, on the 21st of every month, you receive the credit card statement. Then by the 10th of every month, you have to pay your credit card. If not, you'll be charged a late payment fee. Then moving on to the row below, where we have account number, current balance, minimum payment, and amount to be paid. Or nombor account, baki semasa, bayaran minima, and amount dibayar. So the account number is the same number as your credit card number as you see on your card here. Then you have your current balance. So for example, let's say there's a spending of 500 ringgit in December. So there's a 500 ringgit current balance, and then there's the minimum payment. So the minimum payment will be 25 ringgit. If you spend only 100 ringgit, so the current balance as of 21st of the month will be 100 ringgit. Then the minimum payment, even though 5% is 5 ringgit, you'll still be charged 25 or 50 ringgit minimum payment depending on your credit card. Then we go down below to the next table. So we have here posting date, transaction description, and amount. So in transaction date, you see here the date of the transaction and then the transaction description. And in this column, we have here the credit card name and then your credit limit. The combined credit limit, let's say, is 10,000. So in a month, you can only spend up to 10,000 ringgit. For credit card overseas spending, so for example, if you renew an online subscription like your WordPress plan or bought things in an online overseas retail, in your credit card statement on the site, there'll be ringgit, MYR denomination, and US. Or if you bought anything in Singapore, it'll be in SGD and other currencies if you bought other things overseas in other countries. Then moving down below, we have the total credit and total debit this month. So the total debit will be the total amount that you spend with the credit card, and the total credit will be the total amount that you pay back to the credit card company in the form of your minimum payment and any additional cashback that you earn with your credit card. Then the next page here, it shows the amount of treats points or reward points that you earn. So whether it's maybank or any other bank, they will also show you the amount of reward points that you earn in the month and the consecutive months before with your credit card. So here it shows your credit card number, previous points earned, current points earned, points used, points adjusted, and current points. And what you want to take note is that even though you have a lot of reward points, the reward points are not forever. The reward points have expiry. So as we see here in the table, even though it's all zero for the credit cards and the reward points, as you use it throughout the months and the year, you notice that come to certain months, the reward points will expire. And for Maybank cards, you can use it in Apple Wallet and with Apple Pay. So I did a video previously on how to add Maybank cards, whether it's credit cards or debit cards, to Apple Wallet. I'll put the links above and below to the tutorial videos on how to add those cards in Apple Wallet. So that's it in today's video on what we need to know on credit cards, credit card applications, and credit card terms. And if you like what you learned in today's video, don't forget to share it with your friends and family, and like this video and subscribe to this channel below to stay tuned for more real estate, investment, finance, and home tips.